Hello, this is Rick Morgan.
And this is Nolan Morgan.
And we want to talk to you a little bit about how to remove the really deep creases in a cover, what we do. And we use something, we call it the immacuball.
Simple name.
Yeah, it's literally just a stainless steel ball.
Simple.
Looks like this, but this little holder allows you to kind of roll it like this. It allows you to roll it around the cover and sort of push down on that.
It's pretty fun to use.
Yeah, it is actually. It's kind of fun. And you can also use these little dimpling tools that you can get at a hobby store. They have a little stainless steel ball on the end, and you can rub them back and forth. I don't like them as much. And why don't I like this when you're rubbing on there is because it leaves a mark, and you can see sometimes where it's done. But if the ball is rolling, like if you were to roll this, or in the case that there's this, and you're rolling it around, and especially if you do it in a figure eight or in a regular pattern, then you don't see the mark from that so much. These still have their place, especially since there's little guys and you can get into some deep corners near the spine, and they're helpful that way, but I don't appreciate them for the fact that it's a back and forth motion a lot of times. I do sometimes use them when they're rolling, but I find it difficult. So for me, I prefer this. I do have smaller stainless steel balls that I use. I find that the 1 inch or one is a good one for general use, and I just make a little figure eight, and it works pretty well, really. Huh. The thing is, you have to get the book sometimes warm, in this case warm first. Sometimes you steam it first, which I don't really like to do because wet paper is weak paper. Right? I don't like to do that or humidify. I'm nervous about it. I only do it in the most extreme cases. But in this particular case, Nolan, what book is this here?
Hulk 180.
Hulk 180, which some people will tell you is the first appearance of Wolverine. And why might they say that? They might say that because they have cameo appearances. There's all kinds of different things in books. And Hulk 181 is seen as the first appearance of Wolverine. But right here in the back of this one, and I'll show it later in the video, he says, there's a full-on spoken line by Wolverine, like in story, not even cameo. Like it's not even like he literally says, if you really want to tangle with someone, why not try your luck against the Wolverine, like right there. So it's kind of hard to not accept it. I don't know what the difference is, but Hulk 181, the next one where he's on the cover, that's the first.
Yeah, that's a lot better
cover appearance, and we've seen
a
couple hundred of those easily. We don't see this one so much, but this one has. I'll show you a picture here of this deep indentation in the front of it. Now, this book has other problems, right? This book has the problem of there's missing ink here and fingerprints. There's like this staining area here that you can see from there to here. There's no way I can fix it. It's not a stain. There's missing stuff. So I'm not even trying that, but I'm trying to do the best I can with a book that's got its flaws.
Can't make it perfect.
Yeah,
it's not possible.
Lipstick on a pig situation, right? So what we do is we just take a immacuball on it. I warmed it up first, take a immacuball, and then we took a immacuball to the whole book, which actually got it a little bit damp first, and then we let that dry to the touch. Then we took the immacuball and then cleaned it. We show you the back, looks a little cleaner too. It's like we're not trying to make this thing perfect because that stain limits its grading anyway, but we're improving the curb appeal, the slab appeal. And so, as I promised earlier, here's the initial photo of what this squiggle mark looked like. And then here's the final photo in case you aren't interested in watching the rest of the video. You can see the before and after here. And then here's the before of the back upper right corner, just a light dusting of immacuball, and then after. And then we pressed it. And this is that book. It's a book for a friend of mine that I'm taking care of for him. And Nolan is going to edit this video for me. He's my new videographer.
I haven't done any video projects like this before, but I've edited videos before, and I'm gonna see what it's like. I've already had ideas just recording this intro of what to do, actually.
His wheels are turning. He's got an Instagram or some kind of channel where he pretends that he's an elephant. He talks as if he's an elephant.
That's a Twitter account.
A Twitter account to people all over the world. And he's a proponent of elephant. Show him your bracelet, Nolan.
Oh, yeah. I have an elephant bracelet. I almost forgot about that.
So he paid money to track this elephant in an elephant conservatory, and he has an elephant named Magado.
It's in Kenya.
She's in Kenya, and he follows it around. He can track it, and so he's in the nature conservatory. I'll be in probably 4 countries in Africa next month, or perhaps maybe just early June.
Seeing the elephants, tell me.
I will almost certainly see some elephants. So we'll be there and we'll check it out. And I'll be in Germany this month. This is April 2024 for the last 3 weeks of this month in Stuttgart and Dusseldorf and Nuremberg.
I wish I could go there.
Nolan's learning to speak German there, so I'm going to go visit some family and do some work there.
Yeah.
And he's really become quite a good Sprechendeutscher. So we're
Speaking Germaner.
Yeah, German speaker. He's a Deutsch learner. So anyway, we'll go if we're going to run into some comic book stores. We'll review those as well. So anyway, we hope you enjoy the video, and we hope Nolan does a great job.
Hope so.
Editing it. So here we go.
Oh yeah.
All right, this is Rick Morgan and
Nolan Morgan.
We're signing out. Take care. Enjoy the video. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Here's our initial view of the book. I'm going to show you the shiny spots in different areas so you can see how it's wrinkled in many areas. And I'll show you closely the spot of most contention there in the middle, this guy. And of course, there's some color missing on the left, but we're not going to address that in this video. All right, this particular book, we preheated it first, and to get some of this dirt off of here, we're going to use immacuball. I just heated it up to about 150 degrees, and I'm going to use some immacuball here. I'm going to swipe this, especially in the dirty areas on the back. It's going to kind of getting it wet with the material, the cleaner first, and it's going to soak in for a minute and then pick some up. I'm going to not try to get on those yellows too much. I'm sensitive to those colors. And it's going to pick up some dirt here without having to run an eraser or a sponge all over it. I'll get some of this off. I don't see it picking up a whole lot. Oh, there's actually some. Just kind of lightly let this sit for a few minutes, and then I'll do it a second time in just a little bit. I'll do the front too. This one you can see some of the dirt I picked up on the rear of the book. And this book is missing color in a lot of places on the front, so I don't have a lot of hope that it's going to help that, of course. But I'm going to put my hand on the left side of the spine here, just kind of wipe away, just to pick up whatever I can. Out, just going to pick it up. Yeah, I'm not really picking up anything. So we're going to let that sit there, and then I'm going to take a little bit of water. This is DI water, and I'm going to wipe the book. And this is a question a lot of people have, is how do I avoid getting a purple label or a cleaning marks? And one of the tricks is to go back over the book with some water. It gets rid of any streaks and marks that you might have inadvertently put on the book. It sort of evens things out. And then we'll just let it sit until it's dry to the touch. Not super dry, just dry so that your finger doesn't come away damp. And that will make it a lot easier to press later. There we go. It's never going to be great, but once it dries to the touch, we're going to press it. But the first thing I want to do when we get to the dry the touch zone is get rid of that little mark that was down here in the middle of this page here. And I'm going to run an immacuball right here. There's a spot where there's some pretty significant depression. And I'm going to take this ball here and rub it over that spot once this dries to the touch. And I'll show you that in just a few minutes. But first, to do that, I'm going to put a chamfered pressing board behind it. This is a pressing board that I use that has a rounded edge to it. It's thicker. Gives it a nice force behind the book too. You can press up on it from the back, and we will do that just when this dries to the touch. So for this part, what I do is I find this spot that I want right there. You see it in this shiny area, just under the U. That's where I want to work. And I take a piece of silicone paper, I put it shiny side down. I can still see through it, I don't know. Then I take my stainless steel ball, this little holder I have for it, I call it a immacuball holder. And then I just put this here and I just do some figure eights on top of it. like this. And the reason I don't do a circle is you can kind of see the pattern, and if you do a figure 8 a little wider than you need, you can see it. So I'm going to put a little bit of pressure and make a figure 8 right on that spot. And it is after the cleaning and after it's dry to the touch because the paper is more supple now. And then we'll see what it looks like when we take this away. I can still see it. So do this a few more times and then let the paper relax, and it'll come out when we're pressing. And there's a few more spots I think we should probably take. There's a spot down here in the Hulk's elbow. A few more places I think could profit from that. And maybe that's about it for now. So before I press this now, I wanted to show you that here we are. If you really want to tangle with someone, why not try your luck against the Wolverine? So there he is, and very clearly identifies himself as the Wolverine. And this is not considered by many to be his first appearance, because this is Hulk 180, but I don't know. There he is, got a speaking role and everything. To me, it's pretty clear cut. So I'm going to take one of these chamfer boards here, put the chamfer, the second page in, just so it lasts longer. Doesn't get ink from this outer cover. This black ink tends to come off easily. I've got one under the front too, as well. Here, and I'm going to take this aluminum board here is preheated to 165 degrees, and I've got a shiny side up piece of silicone paper here. I'm going to set them in there. Then we're going to take a piece of silicone paper, put it on the top, and then I'm going to take a piece of, this is slightly preheated, aluminum pressing board on the top, like this, straight down. There we go, getting the air out of it there. Then I'm going to press this guy down until it makes contact, and then I'm going to come up and go one more half turn, and then I'm going to push down on the book, turn it on, and then once it comes up to temperature, I'm going to turn it off and on again to give it 600 seconds. So I'm going to wait till this comes up to 165, and then I'm going to give it 600 seconds at temperature. So now that this is at temp, I just turn it off, on again, and it will start counting down from 600. This is the book, and we're looking at this area right here, which is where we rolled it flat there, and you can still see it, but I think it's less than it was, and here too. They're still present, but otherwise the book looks pretty good. There's a few spots I can see here and there that didn't come out impressing, but overall, I think it looks better than it did. It's not perfect, and maybe perfect's not in our future, but it looks better. For certainly at like arm's length, it's hard to discern where those marks were.